And welcome back to another episode of the Lunar Nights. I think we're going to be wrapping things up today if we get everything done. We've got lots of laughs, love, and maybe even a tear or two to go around. Who knows? We'll find out. But we'll let Colby maybe do a little extra recap intro something if he feels up to it, and we'll go from there.
And that I do. Hello, people of YouTube, Twitch, no longer Facebook. How are you doing? I'm doing quite well, because last time, we defeated a god! Da 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 da! All it took was multiple rounds of combat, healing tattoos, words of healing, vibes of healing, arrows, eldritch entities, mind meld shenanigans, and a lot of swordplay. Also, death and carnage, but, it is what it is. You battle a god, you lose a couple people. But not only did we lose a couple people, we also found the king again. Yes, the king of our great nation. The king who had been missing, for a while because of Pauline shenanigans. And now he's back, and he's anointed us leaders of some sort. We basically help with decisions. Advisors, I believe is the proper term. And that we did. We also got offered prestigious positions amongst other facets of our life. Being a head priest. Being taken out of a contract with a Dragon Secret Society book club. Being offered to train people. Being offered to give tips on how to be best friends with the Raven Queen, etc. And now we are about to delve into what happens 1 year after slaying a god. Chelsea, take it away.
All right. So yeah, we are going to be addressing everybody's 1 year laters. I'll go ahead and give just kind of a blanket statement of what's been going on in the city for all of you. You will have a permanent quarters within the castle at your disposal whenever you choose. But, that's up to you. Repairs to the garrison, the barracks, have been going steadily. They've also taken it's basically a total reconstruction. So they're doing this in tandem with the Mage Academy, magic school. And they are laying in enchantments into the building itself so that in the future, so long as a person enters that building once per day, they have an increase in their ability to withstand things like mind control, manipulation, that kind of thing. It's kind of a safe building. It'll also be magically enchanted to withstand attacks like what happened with the explosion of the altar. And they have put out a call to not only Forge Crest, but the surrounding villages, calling for people to sign up and fill the ranks that have been depleted. Those surviving members that were either not at the barracks when it blew or survived the blast itself, they have all been heralded as heroes despite their actions. And in their shame over what they've done, a lot of them originally after the blast kind of just went into hiding and were hiding amongst their families and not willing to be seen in public out of shame for what they've done. But the people of the town who were, the victims of these people for so long, they banded together. And now that the full information of what was really going on has gone out, the king gave a public speech and heralds were sent through the town providing the information. People know that they were being forced against their will, and this wasn't something that they chose to do. They were not themselves. And when they went unseen for so long, the people banded together and went and encouraged them to come out, and it was a very emotional kind of "we still love you" kind of situation. And all of them returned to their posts and renewed the effort to defend the town and make right what they did wrong. So the town is safe again. The town, it's for months after the blast, it was almost utopic. It's all just people banding together and helping to replenish what lives have been depleted, and a very wholesome community seems to be developing. So with that being said, I will leave it to you guys to decide who would like to present their desires for their coming year.
Don't let everybody go at once now.
I'm not able to do so for another 20-ish minutes, so
Right.
someone else needs to take the reins here.
No worries. We'll start with Teddy, because I feel I have a pretty firm understanding of what will be going on with Teddy's. So what do you have as a desire for your actions going forward?
So, since Croxall had been basically asked and whatnot if he was wanting to take over the guard, you know, being like the general or the captain of the guard or whatever it was, I can't remember. He's going to, for the better part of that year, be working on rebuilding the barracks and parts of the town and rebuilding infrastructure for how, you know, the guard is, you know, going to work now in comparison to how it functioned back when it was in other control. Just a whole lot of just, you know, getting things back in order. Sadly, it's not very lavish and extravagant, but it's what needs to be done. And as that year progresses, dealing with the whole blood demon god entity, well, not demon because he wouldn't want to have anything to do with it if it was, but maybe it is, who knows, didn't put himself that way, but basically is going to have a few bits of questioning from the blood god, asking, so you going to do something with that, what's in that vial? And Crocs just keeps shrugging it off over and over, time after time, knowing full well what he speaks of, but not really sure if he ever wants to test it, because he knows what could happen, or at least he has ideas. But after the better part of the year, the toll becomes so much that he ends up flipping a coin to see, well, I'm curious and I want to, but I don't, all at the same time. I need to make up my mind on this, and he figured what better way to do it than leave it to fate and to the flip of a coin. Sure.
Alright.
Let's see here. I'm just gonna roll a D100, and we'll say lower 50 is he decides it's better for him not to do it. Over 51 and above, he's gonna take a swig of this Empyrean's blood.
51 up, you're chugging. 50
Yeah.
and lower, we ain't doing it, homie.
We're gonna find out.
Well, decisive yes.
Seems
What
to
is
be
it?
with a 98.
Oh, oh, you're chugging it.
Oh boy.
What happens when you chug the god juice?
This is where the ball is
So-
in her court.
You are well accustomed to the feeling that you get when you drink blood, and you always and this is different. This is not the same. This man has a long established royal lineage and some abilities of his own. And I would like for you to increase your total charisma score by 2.
Oh, geez.
And I would like for you to take the Magic Initiate Bard feat.
Magic Initiate Bard feat. Now I gotta go find that.
Beautiful.
So it's just in D&D Beyond.
See, I'm not
Oh,
using
you're not
D&D
gonna
Beyond.
use-
This is my first character sheet. Well, one of the first few character sheets, so it's all in Roll20.
So let me. I'll copy and paste it for you. Hold on just 1 second.
At least just the description, because I can just type out Bard Initiate.
Yeah.
So essentially, you get to choose 2 cantrips that you just know from the Bard spell list. And you also get 1 first level spell on the Bard list that you can just cast once per day.
Interesting.
The description is in the Roll20.
Beautiful.
Yes. Magic Initiate is the feat you take when it's like, I kind of want to multi-class and have some magical abilities, but at the same time, I like what I'm doing. So what if I do both?
Well, now.
Yes.
I wasn't charming before.
Let's be real for a second. I totally thought something horrific was gonna happen to you.
Oh, I was expecting
You got
something bad to
so
happen.
lucky.
Yeah, that's quite the opposite of what was expected.
We
I thought bad
this-
things would
Right,
happen.
Reptile's gonna explode, and we're gonna have a mini campaign where we have to go pull him out of hell.
That, or,
But
you know,
no.
I just become the new big bad or something.
But
Yeah.
Oh God.
he just got like a Dior perfume commercial or something. Or a cologne commercial.
Oh, man. Well, that happened. Now I woo the women even more.
Gross.
I've got a 21 charisma now.
Hello, sailor.
Oh, that just brought my
He's
intimidation
not a
up.
sailor.
Oh, man.
That's Wash.
Hello, soldier.
There you go.
Yay.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
man.
Oh my God, I just realized the dumbest fucking thing.
What did
Hmm.
you realize?
Between myself, Wash, Cruxall, and Vishara, we are Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Yes, we are.
I hate everything.
Oh, that's good stuff. And then,
Am I the tailor?
I'm the tailor. You're the spy.
I am the spy.
and then I
I'm
guess
the bad spy, but I am a spy.
the only other thing that Crocs would have been wanting to do, which I'm assuming it probably wouldn't be a problem for him based on his position and everything that he, and you know, the wealth that he has as at the time being, was also wanting to, if you see on the map, wanting to acquire the other 3 properties on the same like block as his, to extend his own property and also use it as part of like training grounds and whatnot as well,
Hello.
because he's also not going to be giving up on his demon hunting, even though he still has his position, and at the same time is going to start training others.
Ooh.
I mean, I guess like the best way to sum it up would be, you know, this is Geralt training younger Witchers in a sense. Except, you know, without cursing them and whatnot.
You would find that quite a few are interested in that training, and it quickly becomes apparent that that will keep you quite busy.
Oh boy. Well, it seems like I've got my hands full for the next few years.
Oh, I wonder why everybody's so interested in protecting themselves from demons.
I know, right? It's unbelievable. Who would have known?
You also, there's one thing that I should say happens during your time.
Huh?
Carly, the sorcerer from the Voiceless Defiance, She visits quite often. She'll come and bring you lunch at the barracks because she knows you're working hard, and ask how your day is, and visit you at your estate. She's polite about her advances, but it's easy to tell that she's trying to establish a courtship.
It's always a rough one with him. I don't know. I guess over extended time. I don't know.
She never does anything other than just be present, ask how your day is. It's never anything forward or pushy. It's just, let's be friends.
Well, seeing as how that is and whatnot, Crux is going to be more than happy with being friends, and in his mind and whatnot is, I guess he's willing to see where things go, but at the same time is extremely hesitant based on past and just memories. And so for him, it's gonna take probably a bit longer, but he's still gonna be friendly and not really gonna shy away from her per se, but it's
Understandable.
gonna be slow going as
She's big.
always.
So what about the Bardsbane estate? What are your plans for the staffing? Do you hire more staff? Your estate is yours. Do you have plans for that?
Well, so I had made mention of that earlier, with what I had highlighted, like on the backside here, that I encased in the red. Was wanting to purchase the extra portions of that, and then turning in, like a portion of the estate into like that training grounds I was talking about.
Oh,
And,
right. Okay.
Then the manor I'd probably hire a little bit more staff to help keep up with, all the trainees and whatnot and stuff like that. But,
Sure.
I mean, just what would be necessary to keep things in order.
So they are getting a good old, not aristocratic lifestyle, but a decent lifestyle as they are training to be blood hunters
Indeed.
and witchers. I love that. That's amazing.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Man.
And they're blood knights. Well, I don't know
Blood
if they'll be
knights.
blood knights, but I'm training them to be knights that deal with demons. If they so choose to, there's always the possibility that, he could maybe help out, but even then he doesn't know exactly how he got this, other than it was like a gift from an entity in his mind that was never like a physical something that was given to him. So he's still in the air on really how it truly works.
Still, you can teach them what you know.
Exactly. But yeah.
One thing I forgot to mention was that once a month you are all requested to sit in on kind of a council meeting at the castle, just to discuss the progress in the city and touch base. And it's completely optional. You don't have to attend, but you are welcome to sit in if you ever choose.
Good to know. Being with Crox's position in the city and whatnot, he'd probably be at every single one of them.
Okay.
Must keep
So is
the
there
city in
anything
running
further that you
water.
would- Is there anything further that you would like to do for Croxall?
Like I was saying the other week when we were chatting, mine's kind of short, sweet, and to the point, really. Can't really think of a whole lot more. The real big thing was gonna be, whether or not he decided to give in to the urges of the blood god and, test it. But, yeah, that was about it, because fixing things up, doing that, life in general, getting his own practice per se, his own profession and training regiment shit up and going. I think that'd be about it.
Okay. Well, then we'll move to the next 1 year. Kenzie or Marlo, do either of you want to do yours?
I can go. Mine is short and simple too. So, after the wedding, Kit would have gone to the king to reject the advisor role, and then said goodbye to everybody and went back home to see their family, which they haven't seen in 7 years, and checked on the kids to see that they were okay, because, I mean, they left their home because of their mother, so... But, seeing that they were...
Wait a minute. Kit has kids?
No, they have siblings. Younger siblings.
Clarification was required.
You know, they have little siblings.
Nice.
But they're kids. They're like 12, 13-ish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What are their names?
Karma and I always forget the other child. Fortune. Karma and Fortune.
Oh, Fortune. Good name.
Yeah, they're all fate-related names. We have Chance, we have Fortune, and we have Karma.
Beautiful.
So anyway, after making sure that they were okay, they would have gone back to business as normal, gotten missions from the Horde, and been their little spy blackmailer self.
So I have a couple questions, and you are welcome to answer or leave it vague, but I believe we're all curious to know, how does it go with your parents? Are they welcoming? Are they,
I imagine it doesn't go well with their mom, because there's a lot of anger and probably jealousy there, because Kit went farther down the path than their mother did on the monk path. But I think their father would have been more accepting. I feel like in the 7 years since Kit left home, he might have grown a spine and stood up to her. Maybe? Hopefully?
Yeah.
One could hope.
And is there anything we should know about the siblings? Have they been progressing in their life skills and whatnot?
I don't really know, because Kit doesn't really know them. They were very little when Kit left, so I haven't really thought about what they're like.
So they would still be quite young.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they're like 12, 13, 14, that age range. Yeah, 13 and 11. So.
Okay. So does and I wanna leave it vague what you're doing for the Horde, because that's kind of Kit's MO. But we'll just vaguely ask, does Kit find satisfaction in that work?
Satisfaction? I don't know. But they definitely find entertainment, which is what they seek, so.
Well, that's good.
Would Kid ever come back to visit?
Yes. Oh, that's another thing. Vishara would have been given a letter
Yes. A letter in my
and told
mailbox?
not to open it. No. when we were saying goodbye. And was told not to open it unless she really, really wanted to.
I just got home. Is there anything else that you want to do?
Nope.
Okay. I feel like after the wedding, Vishara would have decided not to open it for at least a solid 3, maybe 6 months. It depends. Because the initial thing that needs to happen is Vishara's dad coming over into town. And Vishara definitely brought him to the wedding after having a nice long conversation about things and life. Would you be down to roleplay that with me, Chels?
I would.
Okay. I imagine that Vishara is just sitting down at the local bistro, just sipping on some coffee, just waiting for her dad, and then she just sees him down the way. Hey, Dad.
So, before I jump into his demeanor,
Yeah.
let's establish you haven't seen him in a while. Can you
I
tell
have
me
not.
how has life been for him? Has he continued to ascend into, fame, or has life not been
He
so
has.
kind?
Instead of taking the more performer aspect of the role, of stagecraft, he is the one behind the scenes writing a lot of the plays. He will have, cameos or whatnot for like smaller roles, and people will be like, "Oh my god, he's in this play! I had no idea." Oh, he's just understudying for this one person just for tonight only. Oh my god, we have to go see it. That sort of a vibe,
Oh, fun.
But
Okay.
he is taking off in his own regards. Mhm.
Okay.
Like writing the music for the D&D equivalent of Hamilton, for instance. Yes.
So he'll just bright, radiant smile and hurry up to you.
Yeah.
And
Hey.
very much in his stage voice, because that's kind of the voice he has.
Mhm.
There's the girl.
Hey, Dad. Okay, hey, have a seat. I got us a table. One of the most
You
popular
are
spots here,
better.
actually. Yeah. You look good.
I feel good. I'm glad to see you.
Glad to see you too. How was the trip over? Did you teleport? Did you take a boat? How'd you get over here?
Well, I would establish that it's only been about 6 or 7 days since you invited him that he's arrived. So he says, well, I was all sorts of hectic, trying to book passage and figure out how to get here as quickly as I could. And just after I had gotten arrangements made and I had a position on a boat, I actually met a person with a history from this area. I guess they used to be a professor at some school here, and then since then life has taken them elsewhere, and that left them in my vicinity for me to meet. And they still know the teleportation spell for the mage school. So I was able to, instead of paying to book passage on a vessel, I was able to just pay for access to the teleportation circle and the sending spell to ask permission and all that, and permission was given. I guess there's some dude named Carter.
Know that guy. He's quite grand.
And he's referring to Carson, but he forgot the name.
His name is Carson.
He seems to be rather fond of you guys, apparently. When I dropped your name, that greased the wheels, and they were willing to let me pass through.
Yeah, we are kind of a big deal. Yeah. So I'm a warlock.
He chuckles at that, and then he recognizes that you're not kidding.
Yeah, no. You see that raven that's just been circling?
Well, yeah.
Hey, Vincent. Yeah? Come say hello to my dad. Okay. And then he just flies on down, sits on the table. Dad, I want you to meet Vincent. He is my raven and an extension of myself.
Hey, heard a lot about you.
He
You're
looks
kinda
pretty stunned.
Yeah, he's
That is remarkable, and I'm guessing there's quite a few stories to tell about that.
There are so many stories. One long explanation of a series of unfortunate or fortunate events later. And that's how we ended up here.
So
I'm sorry.
it was,
I gotta interrupt and ask: is Vashara just gonna casually tell her dad in the middle of the day that she died and came back to life?
Maybe.
Yes, you know her.
Good God!
This poor man.
so it's a very
The
emotional
whiplash.
conversation, and he asks a lot of questions, and he's in theater and he knows how to be an audience,
Mhm,
and
mhm,
he oohs and ahs and gasps at all the right places,
Yes.
and it's a long afternoon at the bistro
mhm,
with your father
mhm,
telling the story,
mhm,
and by the end of it, um, you might not have noticed, or you might have, that a lot of the patrons in the bistro started listening in, and
mhm,
others noticed, what are they paying attention to? That might be interesting. And by a good portion
mhm.
of the story is told to more of an
Mhm.
audience than
Yes.
just your own.
And I invited you here because I needed to tell you this story because I realized that I was never taught how to tell a story. And in some ways, I didn't like it. But it helped me find this hard-driven road to actually becoming the storyteller I am today. So, in a weird way, thank you, Dad, for being so hard on me growing up, and I forgive you.
He's quiet for a long moment, kind of absorbing this, and when he finally speaks up, he says, I never considered your perspective, and I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You've become a remarkable woman despite me, and I couldn't be.
I became a remarkable woman because of you. Come here, you. And I just give him a big ol' hug.
He picks you up off your feet and spins you around, and then after he puts you down, he messes your hair.
Okay, I did kind of miss this.
And then he puts his hand under your chin,
Mm-hmm.
and he just beams at you. And he says, I am so glad to see how happy you are.
Yeah. I'm really happy too. Now, I haven't told you the best part yet. There is
Okay.
a wedding happening. Utabian?
I love weddings.
Yes!
You-
Do you want to be my +1?
You couldn't keep me away.
Perfect. And also, I did not want you crashing this wedding, so I figured, the easiest way would be, inviting you.
That
Anyway,
would be
yeah.
Probably.
Yes, it should be happening tomorrow or the next day. I forgot. I need to talk back to Euterbian. Just mental telepathy. Euterbian, when's the wedding again? Is it tomorrow or is it the next day?
It's next week.
It's next week. Oh, we have plenty of time then.
Why is this important?
Because my dad's here.
Do you want me to beat the shite out of him?
No, I want you to meet him and hug him.
Meet doable, hug questionable.
Yeah, now that I think about it. You don't have to hug him if you don't want to. That's fair.
No, you've told me a few things that make hugging a bit of a questionable decision. You know, sort of rib crushing range.
That's fair. Yeah. So the gang wants to meet you.
Once.
The gang will be meeting you in next week because that's when the wedding is. I got my dates mixed up.
He's watching you have that mental conversation, and like you space out for several seconds, and then all of a sudden you seem to have information about their plans that you didn't 7 seconds before.
Yes.
And he's like, okay, so you're gonna tell me about that later, yeah?
Oh, yeah. You know the spell sending?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so imagine if you combined that and the telepathy that we have. Just all the time, it's a big old group communication thing with several different people.
Convenient.
I know. It was so handy in taking down that god. It was amazing. And it's still applicable. Like, I don't know how long this is going to last, but I'm going to milk it for every last penny.
Well, something doesn't end anytime soon.
I hope not. Yeah. So yeah, we catch up. We do things. I eventually bring up, hey, do you want to help me turn this story into a musical?
He laughs so loudly and he says, I was hoping that I could convince you to let me, so yeah.
Well, yeah. And then we do it. Do it.
So you pour over parchment and write down all your ideas and start planning out a music with your dad.
I contact Kit and try to think of a way to legally have something akin to the Super Secret Book Club without it being the Super Secret Book Club.
Sorry, you're getting a knockoff version of Spooky Mormon Hell Dream from the Book of Mormon, so that's it. Good luck.
Just call it the Super Secret Book Club. That's not anywhere near what it's called, or implies anything that it does.
Yes. Thank you. And we do it. How do people react to this play?
Well, it depends. How soon are you able to start performing it?
Ooh.
How much permission have you been given by people who you have now written about? Because you will have to go to those people and ask them if it's okay to put them in this musical.
Yeah.
I like to think
would
Shara
Shara
forgot
be-
about that. And then
Yeah.
after she wrote it, she was like, wait a minute. Oh no. I just devoted a month of time, energy, and effort into writing these musical numbers. And I didn't get their permission. I should do it. I'm gonna do it. And then I eventually just contact everyone via the group text being like, hey, so you know that musical that I told you guys I was debating on working on?
Yeah.
I did it. It's not performed yet, but I finished writing it. Do you guys want to be the first people who read it?
I'll take a look over it.
Yay! Tell me if I need to make any additions. Tell me if I need to get rid of something, if I need to put something in there. Yes.
Vishara is getting a few minutes lecture on asking people permission first, and then Euterbian will change like 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
no deciding what those two things are. You figure it out. Good luck. And
Kit
then
would make
tell the others that they are in this musical, and they need to know that they are in this musical, and you need to make sure that they say it's okay in this musical.
Yes. How does Kit respond to being in a musical?
Kit would not care about being in the musical. Kit would make sure that the Horde is not outed in this musical in any way.
It is not. It is not. I think I made sure that, like, I contacted you first during the writing process, so you would know way before everyone else that there was a musical happening.
Okay.
Yes. Like, you would know, like, 3 weeks in advance.
Okay.
How does Crooks react to being in a musical?
Well, being as charismatic as he is now, I don't think he cares much. Sounds like it'll be fun.
You're gonna have to find the handsomest actor to play Crooks.
I know. How does...
Just the hottest guy in the land. You gotta convince that dude to be Crooks.
That I do. Like, a good portion of the budget is just to get Jack Farrow.
Jeez.
Yep. Goliaths, am I right? Anyway, what else? How does Amelia react to being in a musical?
She's actually pretty fine with it.
Yay!
She's looking forward to seeing your talents.
Yeah. Oh man. I feel like
She
Wash-
does.
Oh, you
However,
first.
she does ask that a portion of the proceeds from ticket sales
Mhm.
go toward improvements of the city and
Ooh.
helping those who lost a lot.
I like this idea. Brilliant. Yes. Yes, there will definitely be some sort of clause whenever, people get the rights to do this musical that, like, a good portion goes to repairing the city until, we eventually make the city great again. Yay. And then you guys are definitely getting, like, front row tickets to this first performance opening night.
And opening night takes place quite late in your 1 year because it would take time to, cast the roles and performance rehearsals, etc. So
Yes,
by
yes,
the time
yes.
you're performing, it's quite late in your year.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And holy crap, is it good? Like,
It
yes.
is an instant sensation. The ticket sales were already really kind of quickly outselling, but because you guys are famous and you saved the town, and they absolutely want to know your story. But after the first show, that doubles in, suddenly every single seat is snatched up, and people are sending in requests for standing room and additional seating and more performances, like matinees and afternoon performances, and
Yes. Mm-hmm.
it's very successful.
Mm-hmm.
Popular.
And I like to think that during that lull moment where Vishar is not necessarily needed for a while, like, all the songs are written, everything is done, like, I already got my dad, like, and we definitely mind melded, like, he knows my vision and I trust him on it. Vishar is gonna open up that letter around the 5th month area.
Cool. Do you want me to read it, or do you want me to send it to you?
You can definitely read it.
Read it.
Hey V, you are the most stubborn, impulsive troublemaker I know, and that's saying something. You're a creature of pure, unadulterated chaos, and you almost never fucking listen.
Aww.
It's because of all this that I'm giving you this offer. I know that you were interested in my organization, Jurina's Horde, back on the boat when Coop threw out the idea of people joining. I was absolutely against anyone else joining because I was uncertain of whether or not I could trust my organization, though it had already become my home. My lady's actions at the end of our time together have convinced me to trust her and her people. There is no one in this world I'd be more willing to vouch for than you. If at any point in the future you would be interested in joining me, send me a message. Hope you are doing well, Kit Shield.
As soon as she finishes, she is opening a bottle of wine because your girl needs to make decisions. And probably like halfway through the bottle, she's just talking to Vincent like, oh my god, this is amazing. I need to do this, right? Yeah, you do, girl. You love this shit. You love messing with people. You love the chaos and the spying and the super secret book club. Don't you want in? Don't you want to know the book club secrets? I do want to know the book club secrets. Oh, but what about the play? Oh, the play will be fine. You got your dad on it, right? Yeah. And you can always cast sending and be a part of it. That's true. And teleportation circle. If shit's happening, you can just be there in an instant. Okay, you know what? Vincent, you are so right. Aren't I always? Cast sending to Kit. I'm in. What's up? Where do I go? Also, hi, I finally opened your fucking letter. It's just been sitting for a while. And I'm in. So, what do I do?
That was exactly 25 words.
She's gotten a lot better about it.
God damn.
I know about the play at this point, right?
You know about the play.
Okay.
It's
Why
been
don't-
long in production.
Yeah. Why don't we wait until after the play, and then I can bring you back with me?
Beautiful. Good point. Mhm. And then the play happens. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Standing ovation. Extra seats. Yada yada. Blah blah blah. Okay, the play can handle on without me. Are we still good to go?
Yeah. I mean, we're just gonna go on a cross-continental road trip.
Yes!
Road
Road
trip.
trip with my gal!
No.
No?
With my pal!
There we go.
Let's go! So what's this road trip?
So, as is the nature of this situation, the rest of that road trip will be left unspoken on stream.
Mm-hmm. Gorgeous.
So,
Secret.
what?
Secret.
Let's see. Is there anything that you'd like to add to Vishara's 1 year?
I feel... Every now and then, like, once every couple of months, Vishara will send a letter via the rings that Crux and I have. Just being like, hey, how's it going? Just working on this play, and I was thinking of you. Quick question about something we did in the past, just to make sure accuracy's right. How is it with you? And, you know, your stuff with the training of the people. That going well? Etc. Stuff like that.
Well, he'll kind of just respond with the generic response, you know, just claiming that, yeah, he's been doing well, everything's been going just fine, haven't really had any problems, and saying hi to the people little by little here and there, you know, when he's around. Yeah, I mean, just kind of a generic response. Doesn't really have anything fancy that he's gonna be relaying.
Fair. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, a few words, I know.
That he is. It's kind of what I like about him. I mean, besides helping Amelia take care of some orcs, just whenever the heck she wants, yeah, that's about it.
Speaking of Amelia,
Yeah, what's up with that?
so as soon as the chaos has died down, Amelia just kind of slips out of town in the middle of the night. She travels back to the place where her village used to be, and she spends a long time cleaning things up. If there are any remains left out in the open, she gives them a proper burial, and just kind of spends time remembering. She does respond to any communication on the group chat, and lets you know what she's doing. It's not like she's MIA. She just explains that she's going to pay service. And I will also note that all of the enhancements that were given to her by Yuzla very quickly faded. He took them away. So her mental voice is no longer deep and ominous. She loses all of the extra abilities that she got, and the bow that he enchanted for her is now just a mundane bow. So she goes back to her old equipment, her old lifestyle, her old state of being. And she returns to Forge Crest, having, put that to rest. She couldn't find anything in the way of clues about, what particular tribe of orcs might have been responsible or any way to find them. It's been so long. And she's lost her thirst for vengeance. So it's kind of just in the past. She did manage to find there was a toy horse that her husband carved for their son, and a beaded stone necklace that was worn by her daughter, and she found both of those in wreckage. She had to reassemble the beads because they'd been ripped off of her neck, and the horse was badly charred, but they're both still enough intact that she now carries them. And similar to Croxall's plan, she now dedicates herself to sharing what she knows, and is given permission to start a ranger school, per se, recruiting people that are interested in those skill sets and, archery and nature skills. And starts working to teach what she knows. That's really about it for Amelia. So, the big moment is upon us. Kenzie?
You've only referred to the wedding 4 times.
Yeah.
The wedding is mine! So, the first week and a half, unless you are in the forge, no one sees Ytterbian. Ytterbian is making stuff for her wedding. And about day 10-ish, she emerges for the first time maybe in the, 6 months that we've been together. She's not wearing armor, and it's frightening. She's coming out like a mad scientist, like, okay, all right, where the hell is everybody? Like, mentally screaming in the group chat, where are you all?
You said it wasn't for a while.
I know, it's not for a while. I just have things for you that you need to have for the wedding.
Great. Let me just teleport over.
no, let me go to you. And it's too. By the time she's mentally thinking, let me come to you, you're already there.
Yeah.
I need to get away from here. All right, you're gonna take this one, and
Ooh, pretty.
what are you planning on wearing? So Vishara, what she hands you, a copper hair clip that has a woven raven on it.
What the fuck? This is beautiful.
Thank you. What are you planning on wearing to my wedding? Again.
Something that's black and a little bit lacy, but respectable and good. Something that would look good with this coat, but I can totally just leave the coat at home.
No, I just needed to know the color. Black is fine. Thank you.
Yes, black, a little bit of purple in there.
That's fine.
Cool.
That's great. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
She'll probably find Proxol next because he's the one that is actually around town doing
True.
things. Actively has a house and a known address.
Mm-hmm.
True.
All right. Hi, dear. You take this one. You get a copper clip that it has a long sword along the clip, and the end of it, where you'd pinch it to keep something up, that is a shield.
Interesting. Well, thank you.
I'll
This
tell
is
you
gonna
what to do with it for later, but basically, there's a lot of traditions with dwarven hair. I'll do it for you the day of. Anyways,
Okay.
what are you planning on wearing to the wedding?
I honestly hadn't put much thought into just standard attire. Probably just...
Don't wear green.
Okay. Understandable.
And please wear
And what?
wear pants. Don't wear green.
Okay.
Thank you. And she is running around town. This continues for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
Amelia will get a copper woven tree clip, and Washburn's not here, but he's getting a skull on the end of his pinchy clip, and a what looks like almost a gun, but not quite a gun. On further notice, it is in fact the cannon.
Oh, yo.
Oh,
Kit will be getting a comb for their hair that is a silver comb in the shape of a sunflower. And Kit is presented with a small brooch that has a star on it, and around its borders are more sunflowers and woven hearts. And in the center, it has Maid of Honor, M-A-D-E, of honor.
'Cause you're made of honor.
Damn right. Quinn is getting almost a matching one, but instead of sunflowers, they have peach blossoms.
Nice.
And we'll save what Maria's and Euterbian's actual things are. That's the important part. Once, when Euterbian does find Amelia and Kit, however, they're getting a hug because Euterbian's just now realizing, oh, right, I haven't seen my friends in 10 days. Might be a good moment for a greeting instead of just, hi, what are you doing?
At this point, it's before Amelia left town, so she's really kind of not busy. So she offers, "What do you need? I'll help out."
Really, the kind of rough things are finished. For the past few days, it's just been making these, going home, keeping up with my temple stuff, and getting food together. That's been most of my days. I don't know where Maria is. That's not good. Where's my wife? Wait, no, fiance, not wife. Fiance.
We're getting there.
Wife, where am I? It's been a long.
You're in Forge Crest.
It's been a long 10 days. I can't even nap. What am I doing? Right.
You are enjoying yourself.
Wear pants, don't wear green. I think that's where I'm at. How?
Amelia just gives you a big ol' hug.
I am so tired. I see why more people have more time between the proposal and the wedding. This was a mistake, but I don't give a shit.
You've waited long enough.
I should have proposed 10 years ago, Jesus. Who's Jesus?
Isn't he that guy that runs the bakery, like, downtown?
That's Jesus.
Close enough. All right.
Is he making the cake?
Oh God. As soon as if that was in the group chat, you just hear the loudest thought Ytterbian has ever thought of. Oh hell. I need to write this shit down. No. I'm going to bed.
Do you need us to do anything while you sleep?
We can handle the cake. I know a good baker.
That'd be lovely. Not green.
Anything but green. Understood.
Green is bad
So
luck.
with the Lunar Knights on the task,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that, you know, at least for Amelia's part, Amelia very forcefully makes Ytterbian just spend the next couple days until the wedding with Maria.
Mm-hmm.
You're maybe gonna get 3 of those days, and even Maria knows that is a miracle. Actually, especially Maria knows that's a miracle.
Every time Kenzie, Ytterbian shows up to like try to help out, it's all, no, don't worry, we got it, it's fine. Give us what you'd like, tell us what you need us to do, and then please go away. And she's very much shooed.
I have other things to do as well. I love my wife, and she knows this. Not my wife yet.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough.
So the night before the wedding finally comes, and whether Ytterbian agrees to just take it easy or not, it is the night before the wedding.
Ytterbian, the night before the wedding, rather unfortunately, is double checking everything and making sure that there is food for tomorrow, everything's good. Like, cannot wind down because this is the moment that, like, we were fighting God maybe 3 weeks ago, and this is the most stress she's ever felt in her life so far.
Yeah.
Ytterbian
It's easier.
Ytterbian is levitating off the floor with anxiety at home at Maria's house, your house with her, and there's a knock at the door.
And Jesus, if there's one more thing about the goddamn cake, I don't care, it just can't be green! And
There is
just throw open the door, totally expecting either Vishara or somebody to be like, alright, something's gone wrong.
Instead of someone familiar, you see a older dwarven woman at the door.
Hello? Can I help you, ma'am?
She says, I'm hoping this is the right place. I'm not good at anyway, I'm hoping to find Ytterbian Iron Fist.
That's me. You're in the right place.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So I saw the wedding announcement that went out to all the villages, and the name was familiar. I'm also of the Iron Fist clan, and I was hoping that maybe I could meet you and just celebrate your wedding with you, if that's okay. And I will point out that at first you don't recognize the face for obvious reasons, but the voice hasn't changed.
Euterbian starts to absolutely just tear up and just throws her arms around this woman.
And she just she's surprised and oh dear, it's okay. And she just kind of pats you on the back, and it's very much just I got you. You're okay.
I know. I've missed you.
You've what? You've missed me? I'm sorry, but I don't.
I know you
I
don't
know.
know. I've missed you so much.
Maybe we should sit down. Yeah, is it okay if I come in?
Please. Please. And she's just straightening herself up and dusting the tears off her eyes.
She takes you over to the kitchen table, and she just takes over the kitchen. And she starts making tea.
You don't need to do that. It's honestly, it's the same place where you always put it, so you already know where it is.
She looks at you strangely again, and she says, "You keep doing things like that, but
I know you don't necessarily know me at all, but I left the clan about 20 years ago. There was an accident, and I survived, and I just couldn't live with who I was, and I went to visit, and I saw you, and you didn't remember me, and I'm okay with that, and it's not your fault. None of it was your fault. But I missed you, Mom.
So she's instantly just quiet, and she abandons the tea preparations, and she comes over to you and is very closely looking at you and looking through the facial tattoo and looking for details. And there are tears, and then finally there are just no words will be adequate for this moment, so it's just a hug.
It is a hug and a lot of bawling. If Maria is not coming out of the room concerned, this is a problem.
Oh, she's been watching, but recognized immediately that this was probably something to not interrupt.
Just absolute, just sobs, crying for a good hot minute. And then maybe a few hot minutes more, because this is tough. This is tough.
So you're able to spend the evening. After learning who you are, she also summons her husband, your father. And it's a reunion that you always dreamed about. And I'm crying. This isn't real. This isn't even my story, but I'm crying.
Music doesn't help, does it?
No, it doesn't, but it's very accurate.
The music is perfect.
She's so thrilled to meet Maria and hear everything you're willing to tell her. She doesn't press for details. It's not where have you been, it's she just wants to talk to you and hug you and be in your presence. Nothing else is needed.
Well, Euterbian's telling her almost everything. We're leaving out some of the details about a former friend accidentally shooting her in the face with a cannon. We're leaving out the details about as much as we can. We're avoiding the fact that we tried to kill God.
Just a god.
Just one. Just the one. That makes it better, right?
Just the red moon. Nothing major.
Yeah.
We're leaving out some of the details about. She would know about demons, but we don't have to tell her that we fought them.
True.
A lot. We can tell some of the demon fights, not the ones where we almost died. We don't need to talk about the Feywild. But other than that, everything from almost 19 and a half years worth of stuff.
And it's everything you always hoped it could be.
How have you been? How's everything back home?
Well, we live somewhere else now, and things have been good. It was never the same without you. But things have improved. The clan is doing well, and people are happy and successful again. And then she asks a lot about how can I help with the wedding, and just very much wants to be part of your life and get involved.
Honestly, I don't even know what I don't know what my friends are doing with my wedding either. Half of it's a mystery to me at this point.
She asked if it would be possible to maybe meet your friends tomorrow.
Forget tomorrow, we're going now. I can There's some weird things that have happened, Mom. In the group chat, very loudly, Euterbian's gonna announce, my parents are here, you're meeting them now.
Okay.
Once again, where is everybody?
Give me a moment and I'll teleport over with my dad.
No, do not teleport into the living. You're probably already here.
No, you caught her this time.
I will also clarify, because it just now occurred to me, that Panopos is very much involved in all of this, but we'll leave Jeremy to clarify that when he's able to join us, hopefully before too much longer. But Panopos is very much a part of all of this.
Yes, he is. And in fact, Panopos has his own special clip that I've completely ignored because he's not here, but he's getting one.
Yes.
He's also getting a wedding roll, so that's...
Ooh. Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, man.
So, Euterbian's basically gonna grab her parents, grab Maria, and we're gonna run to Quinn's first. And Euterbian doesn't even say hi at that point. She's just going, Quinn! We have parents!
They immediately drop everything that they were doing, and someone else can fill in. This is more important, and they show you back to a table that's unoccupied back in the corner where you'll be relatively unbothered.
We're throwing in the group chat a real quick. All right, we're in the Iron Rose. We're kind of towards the back. Just get here. I'm so excited.
Will do. Deshara and her dad are just, I believe he's rooming with her at the room that they have in the palace. Because when you have a room at the palace, you use the room at the palace,
You take Kit's room.
Yes.
About to say, he could also take Euterbian's room. There's room
he's
open.
borrowing Euterbian's room.
You can tell him that's who you're going to borrow. You're gonna go meet her and her parents now. That's fun.
And so I imagine that he's reading a good book, and I'm just like, hey Dad, we're meeting my friends now. And then we just go. And then halfway there, I just, okay, this is too slow. And then I just dimension Doris the rest of the way there.
Too slow.
So before long, we are all united at the Iron Rose the night before the wedding. And I think this is actually kind of a perfect delay, because I think Jeremy said he needed 2 hours and it's still only an hour and a half in. So let's enjoy some role play. Let's catch up. Let's talk. Fill in a little bit of time until Jeremy gets here.
All right.
Hi.
Well, hi. First of all, I love you.
Love you too.
Secondly, I'm just, I don't know how this has happened, but my parents are here, and Mom, Dad, this is Vishara. They're the most insane person I've ever met, and I know you will absolutely love them. And this is Vishara's dad. I don't know Vishara's dad nearly as well as I know Vishara, but I know Vishara. And probably Vishara is the best thing to come out of this man existing. No offense, but also all the offense you can take.
Oh man, I love you and your description is perfect. Give me a hug. Oh man.
Mom, Dad, this is Hit. They are the smartest, kindest person I have ever met, and they're going to be my person of honor, and I'm genuinely so proud to call them a friend. They are wonderful.
I reject smartest. I'm not even the smartest at this table. I thank you for the rest, and you are a great friend.
You are also getting a hug. You probably don't like it, and that's okay.
Well, they hug you back. I, the human, don't like it. It's fine.
This is Mom, Dad, this is Cruxall. Cruxall is the strongest, most determined person that I know. He is genuinely, ignore how handsome he is, because it's just a thing. We all get it. He's very pretty, but he's got a heart of gold and nerves of steel and everything else.
Hi. Yeah, that's me.
This is kind of the moment where, for the past couple months, Uterbian has thought a lot of things and not said them. They're all coming out now.
Aww.
This is Amelia. Amelia is genuinely, I've never known a person that has gone through such heartbreaking and awful circumstances and still been one of the warmest, most caring individuals on the planet, and I'm genuinely just so honored to even be a part of her life, and she's a wonderful friend, and you would love her.
He's just all blush right now.
Washburn is somewhere around here. He's incredibly sneaky. I can't exactly figure out where he is, and that's all right.
He's right
Actually,
behind you.
I think it's safe for me to speak for Justice and say that Washburn would actually be very politely introducing himself to your family, and maybe not
Very much
speaking
so.
up very often, but he would still consider it a noteworthy thing to be a part of.
Mhm.
Washburn is genuinely just incredible, and he's so dedicated to his craft and genuinely a good friend. While he doesn't always make the smartest decisions, by God, he will make those decisions and stick to them. I've never known a more loyal friend, and I'm genuinely thrilled. I'm just glad. And
Ah, shucks.
And Hanapos is coming, and I know he's probably around here somewhere, but when you meet him, just know.
Actually, I might correct you there, because even though Jeremy's not here, I think Panopos would be Johnny on the spot for meeting Uterbian's parents.
I think Panopos might have other things that might be pressing, but this is still a priority.
Mhm.
I feel like he mentioned something about like making some stuff and possibly fixing the wizard college, which might take some priority.
Yeah.
Just maybe.
So we'll leave it for you to clarify then.
Okay. But Platypus is absolutely a mad lad, and I love him. He is incredible, and I genuinely don't know how he's alive, other than he's so intelligent and a good friend. I'm genuinely just so happy. I don't think I've ever felt happier.
So both of them, in turn, there's handshakings, and she hugs each and every one of you, and it's just she's so thrilled. They're both very, very excited. At this point, they've only just barely discovered that Euterbian is their daughter, and they're still kind of reeling from that revelation, and it's just a roller coaster that they never want to get off.
Yeah. So, the rest of the group.
The last time they saw me, I was still with Rasa. That was a while ago.
There we go. Oh,
So-
boy.
Poof. Jesus, Jeremy needs to hurry up.
Emotions. Ooh. Speaking of hurrying up,
Emotional damage.
I have finally finished hanging all of the decorations.
You are a saint? You're a
Yes.
saint. You know that, right? You're a saint.
I tried. Also, the tablecloth guy ended up bailing. Don't worry. That is what the black market stall is for.
Oh God. Honestly, show that to my parents, please. They're never gonna.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Well,
What?
If you would be willing to do the black market stall outside for this time, it's just a little bit
Oh,
too large for the tavern.
Oh, yes. We're taking the alley next door. Okay, so, parents, follow me. Imagine you are on your way to an event when all of a sudden, I forgot my wineskin. I forgot my glass. I forgot to bring the yarn to an event. Why would you need yarn? I don't know. I'm just filling in the gaps for you. Have no further, for we have the black market stall. Boom. And I summon the black market stall in an alleyway. Hello.
They're
Like, that's not shady.
amazed.
They have everything. Fresh off the black market. The only thing is, everything they sell is black. So, hope you like black.
So here's what I'll do. Let's go ahead and say that the night progresses quite merrily with lots of drink. As is commonly the case, you guys are quickly noticed. It's only been a few weeks since the big thing, but the townsfolk are already able to recognize you, and word spreads that the entire party is at the Iron Rose Tavern, and it becomes a shindig. And oh my God, say the devil's name.
Hi.
Hey!
Say it enough times, eventually he'll show up.
We've summoned him by saying his name approximately 6 times.
I'll quickly fill you in, Jeremy. So we progress through everybody's 1 year laters. Croxall is training not only the men at the barracks, but he's also selected a few volunteers to become blood hunter apprentices. So he's very busy in passing out his knowledge. And Kit has, after the wedding, has returned to their duties with the Horde. They went to visit their family and mend whatever bridges can be mended and visit, and then went back to their duties and responsibilities. And Vishara was able to get her dad back in town. He was able to catch a teleportation circle through Carson and is here for the wedding and here to write a play that will portray the events of the Lunar Nights together, culminating in the massive climax of a godly battle. And now we are the night before the wedding for Euterbian and Maria, and Euterbian has an unexpected reunion with her parents. So we are at the Iron Rose Tavern with Quinn, and all of the townsfolk are pouring in, and it's a massive party, meeting the folks, meeting the party, and just having a good time.
Righteous.
Good times.
Also,
good times.
kind of post. You get a you also get a hair clip like most of the other party has. Yours is a long, very thin copper clip, and all along the edges are like patterns of like woven stars.
Oh, fantastic. I make sure to weave the crown back into my hair. You remember?
Oh my god! A circlet.
Yes.
Make sure to actually grow it out a bit and pull it up, and make sure that gets laced into the whole thing.
Oh my god. That's actually perfect because it is in fact the night before a dwarven wedding, so that means around later in the evening, you all will be getting your hair braided.
Yes.
It's not something I'm not used to.
Oh, come
Well,
on, it's fun.
Well, it's already happened to him like 2 or 3 times, and with how long his hair is, he typically wears it in a pretty good sized braid. I mean, if I
but
remember
you're
at
getting
one
a very specific braid.
I understand that.
A very specific braid. For example, hey Cruxall, you get 4 braids towards the top of your head, leading into one very long braid
Okay.
made of 5 strands.
Interesting.
Panopos, yours is going to be a 3 braid, like sort of triangle effect, also made of 5 strands. And yours has a woven pattern in it.
Ooh.
All right.
Vishara, you get 4 strands.
Mhm.
Nope. You get 5 strands with 4 braids. Each of them are like... You get like 4 different braids, each with 5 strands, and then those braids are woven into one very large braid.
Yo.
Kit, you get 4 stranded braids, each with 2 braids, and I'm going by chart. Hang on, I'm sorry. Your pattern, so in the braid itself, instead of it being like a sort of knot, yours is in the shape of a heart.
Oh.
And Amelia, you have a 5-stranded braid, 1 down the middle, and 2 coming in to form a sort of like half crown towards the end, and then that is woven together.
Aw. Throughout the braiding process, Amelia constantly apologizes for the tangles.
Honestly, love, don't even worry about it. It is absolutely fine. Your hair is stunning, and I am thrilled to be a part of this. This is honestly the least of my worries. I don't give a shite I don't give a shite about tangles.
Mhm.
To be quite honest, I never thought I'd do this. So I'm thrilled.
Mhm.
And what about mom and dad?
Ooh.
Mom and Dad, let's see.
Mhm.
I have to go back to Euterbian's backstory to figure out what the hell her parents did.
Mhm.
Okay.
Do all these braids have meaning?
Yes.
We'll just say that you get their hair nicely braided, and it's a very emotional experience.
you all will notice that Turbian and Maria's hair is left unbraided by the end of the night.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. It'll
Okay.
be fixed tomorrow.
Okay.
They'll braid each other's hair.
It'll be fun.
Maria will not braid my hair. Unfortunately, Maria will not be braiding my hair. Euterbian will be braiding her own hair, probably. Maybe?
Hmm.
Maybe?
Makes sense.
DM cough, maybe?
Yeah, well, she will if she's allowed to. She would love to.
In that case, Euterbian's mom will be braiding her hair. And Euterbian will be braiding Maria's hair in the morning. I'm tearing up. Jesus Christ.
So after a night of merriment, you all are finding your way to bed. The day of the wedding, the crowd is massive. Despite any desires to keep it small, people are crashing the party. Kenzie, I'm gonna leave it up to you to describe how the wedding takes place.
Well, considering that neither Euterbian nor Maria were expecting this massive flood of people, it is shockingly smooth. Most of it is the party. You all are seated in a very front and center area, kind of small, very closely arranged. Kit and Quinn will be across from each other on the sort of like aisles, because they are in fact our people of honor. And I mentioned this earlier and forgot to ask Panopos. Panopos.
Hey?
Would you be... So, dwarves don't actually exchange rings when we are married. The rings come after we are in the, like, marriage ceremony. Like, you know how other people will give, like, certain, like, materials for, like, anniversary gifts?
Sure.
In dwarven tradition, it's you get the rings later. Would you be the bearer of our hair pieces, our hairpins?
Of course.
Thank you. So what is going to happen is music will start. Panopos will be walking down the aisle, sort of bearing the hairpins, and then Panopos will sit. Maria and Euterbian will enter from opposite sides and meet each other in the middle, and then everyone will be forced to sit. If people don't have a chair, they're wedding crashers, and they will sit on the floor like where they belong. Unbraided monsters. Father Abney, who is in fact officiating the ceremony, will say a few words that really aren't important, because, you know, every wedding ceremony has those words that, like, aren't important. It goes on for, like, way too long. And you're just like, Jesus Christ, get to the vows so we can get to the ceremony. We all want cake. We get it. You love each other. Then vows are exchanged, and then the trading of the hair pieces is where Maria and Euterbian will fix each other's hair pieces into their braids while saying their vows, and that is the end of the wedding. And we can all go to the ceremony.
So it is a massive party, and gifts are flooding in. And you know, for the most part, they're simple things like towels and whatever. But a lot of the more wealthy citizens are contributing either just gold pieces or fine items, decorative pieces and art, and a magic item here and there. The gifts are aplenty. Amelia has a gift specifically. She's been working with Carson, and she presents both of you with a silver ring with blue stones embedded. And she explains that they are magical and that there's 3 stones. And if you touch the large center one, it is to send the ring will slightly vibrate on your partner's finger and grow warm, and that's the message to say I love you when you're not together.
Mm-hmm.
There is the medium-sized ring, the stone, that if you touch that one, you'll immediately get a brief sense of where they are, so that you'll never be separated unwillingly. And the third one is just a constant enchantment that the ring can never be removed unless you choose to take it off. Nobody can take it from you.
Mm.
Amelia's getting the biggest fucking hug.
That's pretty cool. A ring that can never be taken off unless by, yourself. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good luck stealing my ring now, bitches. Gonna have to take the whole finger.
I don't know. The sense the location seems a little dangerous with Maria trying to help you to her.
Listen, it's fine. It's fine. We only got chained up together after I proposed. It's fine.
True.
It was an active choice. It's fine. It's consent.
Yes. Consent is important.
While wealthy people are handing Eutermia gifts, anyone who is nearby, so probably all of you, are going to hear, "Bleeding Jesus," and I thought asking people to bring a dish was ridiculous.
Eventually, once the whole gift giving has sort of died down a little bit, Vishara will pop out of nowhere and be like, "Oh wow, so many trinkets, so many things."
I'm not gonna
Think
lie,
I-
we're probably gonna sell most of this or give it away. I just wanted dishes or food because I don't think the reception has enough food for this many people.
Probably not.
Well, the thing is, the food does also pour in, because
Right. Fuck.
people are aware that they are not accounted for. So there's more than enough to eat.
Mhm.
And I will say also, at some point, very early into the party after the ceremony, the Vishara's dad leans into Vishara and says, "You know what this party needs?
What does it need?
Music."
Do you want to borrow my lute?
How
Not-
dare you assume my wedding won't have music?
Darling, I have my own lute. Let's play.
Okay. Yes, and play we do.
Roll for me a performance check.
May I use the spookily to do an unearthly chorus? For
The
example,
spookalele.
the spookalele.
Not the spookily.
A spookalele. Advantage on performance. Let's go, baby. That is a natural 2436.
I was about to say, please, for the love of God, don't fuck up my wedding this way.
I'm not. I'm making your wedding.
So,
How dare you?
It
My wedding's
it's
already
quite the
made.
performance.
I'm kidding. Yes. Oh man.
The party of the year takes place long into the wee hours of the morning, before which I'm sure the brides are going to delicately make their departure.
Yes.
The bride did not remember that couples do honeymoons. So somewhere during the ceremony, Eutermia's gonna pull Washburn aside and politely request the tavern dart.
This
be
is
like,
where
Absolutely. He will happily give it over.
this
Thank
is
you.
what Vishara was trying to do before her dad pulled her away. Sometime after, the whole thing goes over and into the night. Hey, so I never did get a chance to give you my gift.
All right.
This is it. And she takes out a golden envelope and puts it in your hands. And when you open it, there is a lovely worded letter. Dear extremed couple, it is of my congratulations that you have been awarded / gifted by a very persuasive individual a week at our wonderful resort at insert name of the luxurious place here. Basically, you get a really dope week-long getaway at a very expensive place at Tenora Cove.
Oh my god, are you talking about the hotel that we accidentally tore apart?
Yes.
Not at all.
It isn't. It's not. It's
not.
That do you remember our pirate adventure on the seas, the island that we went to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that island is larger than you saw. There is the day trip where the beach that you went to, and
Yeah.
God, so excited. So there's the day trip tourist spot, but there is an exclusive resort there on that tropical island
Mm-hmm.
that caters to
Mhm.
every luxury.
Yes, it cost a pretty penny, but you two are worth it.
Please, jeez, thank you. Thank you.
You are so welcome.
Thank God.
You two go have fun.
I guess I'll see you when I get back.
Yeah.
It's weird to think that I'm leaving you all alone in my city.
Well,
Don't leave my city, please.
I would never trash your city without you here.
Somehow I know that's sincere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Completely.
At least the last part.
Yeah.
Without you here is the important part.
It
Yes.
is the
It's like,
important
yeah, well,
part.
we might trash the city, but without you here,
Without
No.
me here, it's no fun.
Yeah. You make it fun.
Do I?
Yes, you do. Drunk Utopian is amazing at trashing things.
I think
You have
it's
not
the
seen
fun
Drunk
antics.
Utopian. You have seen Tipsy Utopian. The only person that will see Drunk Utopian and live is Maria on our honeymoon, where we will spend 1 week at your resort, and then 1 week in the middle of nowhere with the tavern dart, and that is where Drunk Utopian will emerge and never be seen again.
Hooray! Glad someone will see it.
No one else will live to tell the tale.
That's fair. I'm just going to delete all my gold now.
Why would you spend that much on somebody else's honeymoon? I'm sorry. I love you, but no, that was dumb.
It's only
She does have
491
very
gold.
soon a fortune to be made on the rights to the play. So
Exactly. I'm gonna be loaded, baby.
So yeah, post-wedding, Euturbian's gonna come back and basically just be back in the swing of things, except married now.
Yeah.
Just going to the forge, going to temple, teaching healing classes. Euturbian did take some time to think about it, but she will take up the advising role on the condition that she will only be required to go maybe once every 2 weeks. So she'll show up to the monthly meeting and then once more with the king or a different council separately.
sure.
And Euturbian's just going to be getting back in the swing of life and meeting with her parents again and reconnecting with her clan, hoping to just...
One final thing I wanted to mention, along with the musical performance, at the end of the ceremony, when the brides kiss and there's the big hullabaloo, there is a sudden commotion toward the very back of the crowd assembled for the wedding ceremony, and it is very familiar to Euturbian, and completely foreign to everybody else in the crowd. It is a drum performance. Several very large drums seem to have been forcefully inserted into the back of the crowd, and a few surviving members of the Iron Fist clan who accompanied Euterbian's parents to Forge Crest are performing the celebratory drums for the wedding ceremony.
Moons and stars, how'd they sneak that in?
Okay, that's perfect.
That's funny. It's just a grand old time, but yeah, Euterbian's going back to life. There are still nights. In the past, you all have seen Euterbian have bad nights. There are still those nights, but it's not nearly as lonely anymore. And even though by the end of the year we're all going to be scattered to the wind, Euterbian's okay with that. There's still letters and they're still sending, and there's always asking for help with Galder's box to send various gifts to you all if you want them, or if you need them, or if Euterbian feels like annoying you enough.
Yeah.
But it's not nearly as lonely.
And this is a good time for me to mention the group chat never does fade.
Yes.
Sick.
You are all
Stuck with us
permanently bonded.
forever.
And that's what we call trauma bonding.
Ha ha ha.
With some random strangers. No. Because the voiceless are still included.
Let's go ahead and establish now, before we move to Jeremy's 1 year, let's go ahead and establish now that you all meet with the Voiceless Defiance and agree that partnership is still wanted, but not necessarily all the time. So, Grandma Sandra is willing to alter and adapt enchantment. So there are now 3 group chats. There is one for the Voiceless, there's one for the Lunar Knights, and there is one for all of them together.
Jeez.
We can
alright.
have our own private messages. Yes.
There's more tattoos, more sticky goop, and all of that, but there is now 3 channels.
Nice.
This is perfect.
The Voiceless Descent is also very importantly and very distinctly invited to the wedding. They're not crashing. We're going to make that clear. The king
Sure.
is also invited, but only technically because now he is my boss.
Oh, actually, speaking of the king, he is in prominent attendance at the first performance of the play and is definitely attending the wedding, as is the entire council.
Oh yes. Ooh. I totally forgot about the council. Yeah, Vishar's joining, but like very sporadically joins the meetings. Like, oh, is she making it? Probably not. Oh my God, Vishar, you made it.
We have the group chat. I can ask. Well, Crux and I can ask, because Crux is also in these meetings.
That's true.
Mhm. I
Mhm.
attend
That could be more.
every one of them.
So there can be
Yes.
more awkward flirting, anyways. Your Euterbian's
The
gonna be the
flirting
first
has died
due to
down.
honeymoon
The flirting
reasons.
has. Yeah, the flirting has died.
Thank God.
Yes.
So that brings us to last but certainly not least. What does Panopos do for the first year of the rest of his life?
Platypus kind of realizes that the armor work that he's been doing, he wants to focus more on that, and he begins to focus his craft into making a set of armor that automates and enchants and becomes a more independent, functional piece that he can. It's just a bunch of enchantments. It's not live, but he makes a companion out of it, changing functionally himself from an armorer to a battlesmith.
Ooh.
And with that, he gets himself back to Tenora Cove and learns and works and studies and finds someone who is equally curious about magic, but is more book learned than he was. He learned most of his out on the road and through the School of Hard Knocks. And working together with her, work on a book. One known as, I have it written down here. Where'd you go? Come back. There we go. One known as Arcane Theories and Application. But he not being particularly learned, leaves his own name off of the authorship, and lets Dr. Theodosia Beliera take the lead on it. A Sheerbulk, dark blue fur, bright orange shock of hair, and he works with her, settles in, tries to figure out how to live a more peaceful and less wild life.
So
He was on the
perfect.
street- He was on the streets for a while. Had to learn again. School of Hard Knocks. Now he has access to the ability to not have to worry about all that again.
Oh. The book is very successful, and is immediately used as the main focus of a course at both locations of the academy, for students learning those particular fields of magic. And so the knowledge that Panopos has painstakingly gathered is now growing and spreading and enriching other lives.
The next time Ytterbian sees Panopos after he publishes the book, she's going to ask him to sign a copy, and then she's going to give that to Quinn to put in their library.
When you do that, for you, he actually takes a full 10 minutes to fabricate, and actually uses a gold piece and fabricates his signature as gold leafing on the page.
Jeez. Quinn, at least use my gold piece, you... Here. And she's gonna hand you another gold piece. Just be like, alright. 1, thank you. Unnecessary extra, just like how you are, but thank you.
It's going in a collection, it might as well be worth it.
anything by you is worth it. Don't ever sell yourself short. You know better than that.
You say that, and his metallic companion behind him grabs him around the waist and lifts him up to your height.
You know what I mean. You know what I meant.
He just reaches out and boops your nose. I know.
It's even worse because the other way I was going to phrase it was don't belittle yourself, but that's not fair.
So, at the end of the first year of the rest of your lives, you are all variously occupied with your new duties and responsibilities and activities. Late in the evening, there is an unexpected source of light in your vicinity, in the room or nearby. That is a small orb of blue moonlight. And much like the beginning of this adventure ends with a trek into the forest, following the goddess Karor into the forest for reasons unknown. And it is an invitation that does not stop until you obey. And each of you finds yourself in a place in the clearing in the woods. But this time it's not just her, it's both her and Galliman. And they've called you here to thank you. They've prepared a beautiful starlit dinner around a campfire, with elegant food that has no place out in the woods, and fairy lights of twinkling sunlight and moonlight drifting around the area. And you look up and you can see that the moons are all prominently visible in the night sky. There's not a cloud to be seen. Both Terror and Galliman are still at school, but currently it just so happens that Yuzla is at a crescent.
Yuzla is what?
At a crescent moon.
Oh, thank God. I could not hear what you were saying, and I was about to be like, oh God, we gotta roll for initiative.
And I commissioned a piece of art, and I actually have a hard copy. It's literal paint on a piece of paper, but I asked for also a digital copy so that I could send it to you lot.
What did you do?
And I apologize because it is rather deep in my image library. So please hold for technical difficulties. Chelsea didn't prepare this moment appropriately.
What did you do?
To my desktop computer ready to send to you guys as an attachment, but the desktop computer died.
Oh no.
But I still have it on my phone and all that, so I'm scrolling back through lots and lots of images to find... I'm sorry, talk amongst yourselves. This is going to take a second.
Not gonna lie, very grateful that you decided to continue going as soon as you said there was a blue orb floating around, because Euterbian's first reaction to that orb would have been, no, not again.
Not again.
I just got married. This is not happening.
To be fair, my reaction was, do I have to follow you this time?
Right.
So...
Like, do I have to?
This is not happening again. No.
Yeah.
No.
Pretty much.
Got assigned a mission.
I love them, and I love my life, but I'm not doing this again. This is a lot.
I like to imagine that as we're eating the food amongst the starlit night, Vishar's gonna pipe up and be like, wait a minute. Did we ever figure out where they were sending the armor and the weapons to?
No, the demon army also disappeared without a trace. So,
Yeah.
Am I the only one who's concerned about that?
No.
Oh no, that's why Crocs has his
Some
teachings.
There have been some talks. There's awareness about it.
So
But
the
honestly-
image doesn't quite fit my description because I wanted the moons to be prominent in the image, but not necessarily the emotion of the scene. So this is almost exactly what you guys are seeing in this meeting with the gods in the forest.
This is beautiful.
Oh,
I love
fuck off, Yuzla, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Another
awesome.
adventuring party is taking care of that, probably, right?
Oh, probably.
Let's hope so.
Not our problem anymore.
Also,
It's
I just
not.
realized something genuinely hilarious.
What did you realize?
This is out of character. Euterbian now has to go to work in the temple with some people who do in fact worship Yuzula, knowing damn well that she hit him in the face.
I mean, you know, it's just a thing you have to deal with now.
It's very funny sometimes to see people worshiping Yuzula, knowing damn well got a couple of dents in your armor because of that. Ticker.
Mm-hmm.
Very funny. How do you
What
tell
is it?
somebody that your god can't take a bullet?
You shoot him.
Hey, to be fair, he took a bullet. A bullet.
We took a
And
few.
And another
He took a
bullet.
dozen.
And another. And another.
I'm just imagining a musical number about the super secret book club
Oh
where we all go
God.
reading.
Isn't this after the play has come out?
This is
Yeah.
after.
The play has come out.
Yep.
So this is now stuck in our heads. You
Yeah,
what? Do you
not
know,
only.
do you know how bad it is to have rotten super secret book club in your head and trying not to sing it in a very echoey chamber?
You just
You know what's
whisper it
even
to
worse?
yourself.
What is even worse?
Existing in the halls of our library and hearing so many of the keepers of the library singing it.
I am so glad.
Oh man.
Good stuff. It's good stuff.
By
I was
the
very
way,
happy with that one.
Maria keeps absolutely making fun of the person who you got to portray her. She loves it. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Like, totally different hairstyle, but it works.
She keeps doing the dramatic feint all over the house. It's getting funny, but also it's getting scary because she did it right by the stairs. I thought she was gonna fall. It gave me a heart attack.
No. Oh. Oh man.
On the bright side, at least that vase wasn't that valuable, and we've always got extras around the house.
Exactly.
We got that
The
weird,
best
like,
part-
we got that weird teal one as a wedding present. Once again, who brought green to the wedding?
I
Who
don't
did not
know.
get that message? Anyways.
I mean,
I thought
to
you
be
said it
fair-
was just not to wear it. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you didn't. Your thing wasn't green, was it?
Not that I wore, but you said something about green.
If you didn't wear it, you didn't wear it. If you brought
Oh.
something that's green, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
I forgive you, but not anybody else.
I never did get that question answered. Why no green?
Oh, it's considered bad luck traditionally. Most dwarven weddings are held underground, so seeing green at a wedding is usually a bad sign.
That makes sense.
Mm.
So unfortunately, the moment that none of us want to see happen is happening. The Lunar Knights story has come to its wonderful poetic close. And
Man.
who knows what the future might bring. Hopefully plenty of love and happiness. But I have loved every minute, and I'm sorry, I knew I was going to cry.
You're not the
I've
only
loved
one.
every minute of this story with you guys. Because this started as something that I needed for someone who died, and this became a family. And I love you all so much, and I'm so glad to have you in my life.
We're glad to have you too. Thank you for bringing us all together every other week.
So much love in this group. So much time. So much time.
Personally, it has been very nice to know that over maybe the worst few years of my life, I've always had this group and you guys, and I love you all.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for giving me something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And there is more to look forward to. We have big plans for another campaign and fun one-shots and side quests and all sorts of stuff to go on in the meantime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It always is.
Yeah. I'm ready for some chaos.
I couldn't page me that enough, that bitch, I promise.
And thus ends the chilling adventure of the Lunar Knights. Find out the name of the next campaign when it eventually happens. Will it be next week? Will it be the week after? Will it be in a month? What will the one-shots entail? Find out next time this channel goes live. Hopefully.
Maybe.
Eventually.
And don't forget, kindness is free. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications.
Ding!
We love you all.
Love
Can't
each
let
other.
Teddy do it one time.
I guess I'll never get to do it. One of these days, who knows? I might get to say the thing. But until next time, this is the Lunar Knights signing out for the last time.
Goodbye.
Bye.